I've been hard at work this morning, Kat, as you may or may not have noticed over here.
I did notice. You have been just nose to the grindstone, so to speak.
Well, here's what happened. I saw this list a week or two ago. It was Memorial Day weekend, about this person's view on what the song of the summer has been over the past 100 years. My problem was, A, the list was way too long at 100 songs, and B, it was opinion-based. So what I did was I kind of condensed it into the last 30 years, and I used only Billboard's top 100 songs from the months of summer.
Okay.
So it's more fact-based than this one that I read from Uprocks.
All right.
And I want to just share some of these with you here over the course of the show. And we'll start with the year I was born, the summer I was born, which would be 1983, Kat.
Okay.
I'm assuming you probably wouldn't be able to guess what the song of the summer in 1983 was.
In 1983?
When we get closer to the 90s, I bet you'll be able to pick a few of them out. Anyone want to take a guess?
I'm going to go with in 1983 that it was a Madonna song.
Okay. That, I believe, a little early for Madonna. Chandel, you want to take a guess? At least at an artist?
I would have no idea.
I didn't think you would. All right. In 1983, the song of the summer was this hit from The Police.
Every Breath You Take.
Every Breath You Take. I still think this song holds up.
I think so, too. It's a gorgeous song.
It really is. I know that I kind of got exposed to this song actually later when Puff Daddy sampled it.
That doesn't surprise me.
But now that I know a little bit more about music and I've got Police albums, I think they were a very cool band.
Sure they were. And
the way they got into the pop culture was cool. They kind of started as like a punk thing. And I just think I think they're a cool band. We'll keep moving here. 1984, you want to guess an artist?
Nope.
When I was 1 year old, these are what my parents were rocking
Prince.
out to. This is Prince. This is Let's Go Crazy.
It's a great song, and I do remember this. I was 6.
Yeah, you probably would have been about that.
So I remember hearing it on the radio.
See, this is before my time. I don't remember this being a new song, obviously. You know this song, I'm assuming, right, Chandel?
No.
Really? Do you know the one before it? You know the Police
Yes.
song, I'm assuming. All right, you guys know this song. Let's move into the summer of 1985. These are the songs that sounded like the summer of 1985. You know the song, don't you, Kat?
Is this Phil Collins?
This is Tears for Fears.
Tears for Fears.
Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Recently covered by Lorde for the soundtrack.
right.
Was it a Hunger Games soundtrack?
Yeah.
I think it was. She did a very cool take on it. It was very different sounding. This is a song you'll still hear from time to time.
Sure.
You know, I think this is a decent song. We'll move into 1986.
Please.
Enjoying having Kat try to name these tunes. The song of the summer in 1986. Go for it, Kat.
Oh, this is Sledgehammer. It's Peter Gabriel.
Peter Gabriel. Very good, Cats. Remember this music video?
Yes, I do.
It had a very cool, like, stop motion, weird art look to it. You know this one, Chandel? You probably don't, do you?
No.
It was a very peculiar music video.
Yeah. He had a kind of a peculiar music career, but this sounds like the 80s. I mean, all these songs sound like the 80s. Let's move into 1987. I think everyone will know this song. First one to name it. Get the
Whitney
bonus
Houston.
point. Okay, that's the artist. What's the song?
I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Very good, Chandel.
Look at you go! Woo! You weren't even born yet.
I know. I was like -5.
She was -5 years old. Still too young to be even a scratch in her dad's pants, as they say, Kat Michaels.
Oh, God.
I've never heard that expression before.
Really?
Yeah.
An inch in my dad's pants or something like that?
Never heard that before.
Maybe the gleam in your mother's eye?
That I've heard. I do remember this song when it came out, too.
I don't remember this as a new song.
I do.
This next one I kind of do, because this next one I would have been like, let's see, I'd have been about 5 years old. I kind of remember my brothers listening to this, though. You both know this song.
Sweet Child of Mine.
The song of the summer in 1988. This was my ringtone for many years. This is
You're a huge Guns N' Roses
my
fan.
favorite band of all time. I'm glad they got to make this list. And this is a very, very sunny song to me.
Sure, this is a roll the windows down, turn the radio up kind of song.
Without a doubt. And like I said, I remember I remember my brothers, my older brothers, the ones that are like 15 years older than me, like rocking Guns N' Roses when I was a kid. I'm sure subconsciously having an impact on my,
Sure.
radio and musical tastes. I just think this band had the potential to be like our generation's Beatles, I feel like. And you may think that that's stupid, but I just think that like Axl, his voice and his writing, Slash, his style and his ability was like Mick and Keith of the Rolling Stones. To me they could have been as good had they not ducked out after 5 years. In my opinion. You can feel free to disagree.
Yeah, I don't. I think you romanticize them a little more than what I do, but there's certainly nothing to look down on. I appreciate their contributions to the world of music.
Here is a band. We're moving into 1989. I know that Kat Michaels had this poster on her wall of this band, so she will probably...
Then it's got to be New Kids on the Block. Hang tough. Yep.
Hanging tough. Do you remember the summer of 89?
I do. That was the year that I moved back to the grand Midwest from the fabulous Lone Star state of Texas. 1989.
Do you look back on those years fondly?
No.
No, you don't.
No.
Okay.
I was so awkward, Rob. I was ridiculously skinny, and when I moved up here, I talked funny because I'd been in Texas, so I had the real heavy Southern drawl. And
how old are you at this time? Because my awkward
89. I would have just turned 10. I would have turned 10 in December of 88.
My awkward phase was like, I would say 12 to present day. Because when I was 12, I had the opposite problem. I was too fat. I had huge boobs. Had the worst haircut on the planet Earth. No one intervened. I kind of wish Mom would have stepped in and be like, "We're cutting your hair. You look stupid." So I would have loved some intervention there. So thanks, Mom. I'm sure she probably tried. She hated that haircut too. All right, Kat. Finally, in the summer of 1990, you get your wish. I know Shandella knows the song. Who can name it first?
This is Madonna.
This is Madonna. It is Vogue. So you were born in 92?
91.
91. Okay, so then maybe this was the songs that your parents were listening to as
That's disgusting.
As they're saying, hey, what about another baby?
This song was huge.
This was a huge song.
I can't imagine my parents voguing.
The first
like you were. How old were you, Rob?
90. I would have been 6 or 7.
So you don't remember then? Like I remember seeing celebrities and like they were striking the Vogue poses when they would go to take pictures on like the red carpet and stuff.
I know what you mean, but this is where I feel like we're getting into my wheelhouse.
Okay.
The Chipmunks version of this is very good.
She's been maintaining that for a long time. This is not a new thought for Shandell.
Still love that album.
We're going through a list I compiled myself, actually, of the biggest songs of the summer over the past 30 years. In part 1, we're doing 83 to 93. This is 1990. The first song of the summer of the 90s was this one from Madonna. Remember 1991?
Yes.
EMF. Unbelievable was the number 1 song pretty much.
I had this single. I had a cassette single of this. I'd listen to it all the time. I wore that sucker out.
This was in Kat Michaels' Walkman. I almost said CD player. It's probably still a Walkman at the time.
Yes.
I don't know if they had. I mean, did they even have an album? I mean, I don't know.
I don't think so. I just remember the cassette single.
You having fun with this list?
Yes.
Good Cat.
The things you say.
Just give you away the things you say.
You're unbelievable. Oh!
Okay, see, this is... I will say, I do remember when this was a new song.
Yes.
And this is the first song I can say that about. So I'd have been 7 or 8 at this time, and this is when I'm like, I remember this song.
Right.
And I'll give you one more this break, and then we'll get to some more the next hour if you want to. You having fun with it?
Sure.
Okay.
So this is not. You're getting ready to do 92.
1992, and then we're gonna take a little break.
I like big butts.
There you go. I remember this too. I remember middle school dances.
I remember the music video with him dancing on that giant
peach.
Well, it was.
But it wasn't a peach.
I remember being a butt.
Yeah, but I think it was in like an orangish colored. So it looked like It looked like a peach.
Either way, whatever he was dancing on was really funny.
Yeah.
And this song has to... First of all, if a song that we've played so far has stood the test of time, it is this one. I told you guys off the air both. I believe in my entire career as a radio personality, which is about 11 years now. This is the most requested song I've ever had. If you took every request I've ever taken in my life, this is probably number one.
Sure.
And I would say 85% of the time, people call it the wrong name.
Yep.
People call it I Like Big Butts. It just happens to be the first line of the song.
Yeah.
Baby Got Back is the name of this song. But it is definitely one that stood the test of time. Never one of my favorites, but a song that people love.
But it's mostly because it's just fun. It's a fun song.
It is. It's fun to sing. You know, it was an interesting time.
The intro on it is just great. You know, the intro is hilarious.
Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
That one?
And I happen to have had a friend named Becky. So
Something we could all only hope for.